So I made a video explaining what happened to me in my childhood, and I wanted to talk briefly about how do you get better? How do you recover from something like that? And this is the answer that I have for you. I've got a lot of, I've gone to therapy, and obviously the therapist that I went to ended up being a predator himself. And I've gone to other therapists since that. And the therapists, they're good for, you can talk everything out, but generally they're not going to be able to give you much advice. They just kind of keep you redirected towards what can you control, what do you have control over, what are you trying to accomplish, and then you come to realize that you have no control over what happened to you or what someone else did to you, but you can control what you do and how you think. And so then it boils down to how you live your life and how you think every day. And really, the only way that I got better was one of the things that I was obsessed with is that I wish I could have not lost my innocence as a child. And it kind of screwed up my whole perception of that experience. Kind of followed me through life, and it's very common. That's very common. But the way you recapture your innocence of childhood is to return to your innocence of childhood in your thinking and in your behaviors. And then the way you don't want to you can't completely disassociate yourself from what happened, but you can take it to God and ask Him to heal you. And then you can redirect your thoughts and focus on the present and how you live your life now. And then, of course, that experience give you initial experiences have a lasting impact, but you can learn to redirect your focus and heal from the past by the way you live in the present. And you can redirect and redefine the meaning and associations in your relationships in the present and the future. Really, you can't control the future either. It's mainly the present. So you constantly try to live in God's presence, and this is to recapture your childhood as a child of God. We all should live as children, innocent and pure, and try to guard our thoughts and our feelings, pay attention to them. Not every thought that comes into your head is your thought. We're all tempted. We're complex human beings, and there are demons who like to pretend to be our thoughts. And so you have to know yourself and what you know what is right and what is wrong, and so that's what you focus on. And you discern your thoughts and whether or not they're good and helpful and healthy, or perhaps they might not be. And then you can choose whether or not you want to focus on them. You don't waste your time trying to argue with them. If you realize that they're not healthy for you, then simply redirect your thoughts to what is healthy. And that's where reading the prayers of the saints who came before us and went through the same struggles that we go through. This is nothing new. What I and my daughters went through is nothing new. This has all happened throughout history. So pray the prayers that the saints prayed and imitate the saints and read the scriptures. And this occupies your mind with healthy thoughts and feelings, and it drives off all the negative, dark stuff. And you regain control, and you have control over what you think and how you react, and this greatly affects your health. So if you've ever been through trauma, like what I've been through, or my oldest daughter's been through, or millions of other children and adults have been throughout history and in the present time, this is my solution, my recommendation from my own personal experience, both from going to therapy, multiple therapists, and then seeking on my own what was best, what was true. And therapists can take you to a certain point, but there is a point where you have to ask God for help, because there's only so much a therapist can do, and really it comes down to it's between you and God. So that's my recommendation. So God bless. Pray for me, a sinner. Over and out.